Ken Paxton's impeachment trial. Day 1 takeaways. Austin, CBS News Texas.com. After months of speculation, there was some clarity Tuesday about what we can expect to see and who we can expect to hear from during the impeachment trial of Attorney General Ken Paxton. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than during the first day of the historic trial. Paxton pleaded not guilty to all impeachment articles he's facing during this trial, and the first witness, one of the 8 whistleblowers, took the stand. Here's a look at some of the other big headlines that came out of the Texas Senate chambers during the first day of the trial. Instead of swearing in all senators at once, each senator was sworn in individually, using the Sam Houston Bible. This is typically brought out for Inauguration Day festivities. We seldom bring out the Sam Houston Bible, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said before the senators were sworn in. This is a very significant and serious occasion that will be in the history books. The morning started off with some bad news for the Attorney General. Every motion filed by Paxton's team to drop articles of impeachment or to exclude evidence was denied, but Paxton did have some senators who voted to approve his motions, including state senators Bob Hall and Tan Parker, who voted in his approval on every motion. During the first day of the trial, Lieutenant Governor Patrick said the Attorney General cannot be compelled to testify. When explaining his decision, Patrick compared the impeachment trial to a criminal case and cited the Supreme Court case United States v. Boyd, which protects criminal defendants from being forced to testify. Once the trial started again after a lunch break, it became obvious that one key player was no longer in attendance, Paxton. Time equals 400 ms. Greater than he was instructed by rule that he had to be in the Senate chambers Tuesday morning for all the motions and considerations. But he wasn't required to be there after that, and he had taken off by the time opening statements began. Each side was given an hour to deliver opening statements. But the two sides had very different approaches. Rep. Andrew Murr, R. Junction, spoke for 17 minutes and then yielded the remainder of the hour. That gives him more time to question witnesses, who he said need to be heard. These witnesses will explain step by step how they discovered that Mr. Paxton grew increasingly intent and passionate about helping his partner, Murr said, referring to Nate Paul, an Austin real estate developer and owner. They will describe in detail when they connected the dots of Mr. Paxton's slow creep of corruption. Meanwhile, Paxton's attorneys took nearly the entire hour. During their opening statements, they denounced the charges, criticized the proceedings and Paxton's treatment. Specifically, they pushed back against claims that Paul paid for renovations to Paxton's Austin home. They also said they will address how Paxton's alleged mistress ended up working for Paul, a position they say she earned. Cases are supposed to be decided only upon the evidence, said Tony Busby, one of Paxton's attorneys. But I do wonder, are we really going to get a fair trial here? Ken Paxton has been convicted in the press based on ignorance, innuendo and outright lies. It will take 2/3 of the Senate, or 21 senators, to convict Paxton. If he is found guilty on even one of the 16 charges he's facing during this trial, he will be removed from office and may be barred from running for public office in Texas again. The trial continues Wednesday at 9 a.m. Watch it live on CBS News Texas's YouTube channel here.